You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a big world out there, and you're just looking for a pat on the back or head. You run around the city, searching for a place to bark, working your tail off with your nose to the ground, sniffing for a few scraps, hoping someone will throw you a bone. You take each lead, collar after collar, hoping one day to take a bite out of success and become the top dog. Fortunately, you come home each day to open arms, open cans, a drink waiting for you, and a comfortable place in front of the TV set. You know you've got it good, really good, because after all, it's a doggy-dog world out there. Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with your host, pet expert, and award-winning author Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm your host, Liz Palaika, and with me today are my good friends Petra Burke.
Hello.
And Kate Abbott.
Hi there. I'm trying to.
From Kindred Spirits Canine Education Center in Vista, California. Needless to say, life here is never boring. Now, one of the things that we get asked about a lot in our classes, especially in our puppy training classes, is body care and grooming. Most dog training classes talk about sit, down, stay, heel, and all that stuff. But we also like to answer people's questions about other aspects of raising a puppy, just simply because sometimes those answers can be hard to come by, especially common sense answers, like we try to specialize in. When we're not laughing as we're answering the questions. So since Kate has a cockapoo and does significantly more grooming than Petra and I do, we're going to let her lead this discussion. So hold on, we'll give our sponsors a moment or two, and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. It's a Doggy Dog World. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Pick up something unique at A Bone to Pick Dog Boutique. A Bone to Pick has cool hip fashions for big and small dogs that will have their tails wagging in style. Cat products too. abone-to-pick.com. Check out our eco-friendly pet products and gifts for humans too. abone-to-pick.com. Get your pet's mouth watering monthly with our Gourmet Treat of the Month Club. And join A Bone to Pick's free birthday club for your puppy. abone-to-pick.com. Pick up something special for your best friend at A Bone to Pick. abone-to-pick.com. Get 10% off with coupon code PETLIFE.
Got a cool cat. Got a cool cat. Got a cool cat.
Do you have a cool cat in the house?
Well, of course I do.
Got a camera? Then take a quick pic of your cool cat and enter the Pet Life Radio Cool Cat Contest. Pet Life Radio is partnering with Morris and 9 Lives to give you the chance to win a really cool cat care kit. Get a 9 Lives Play and Scratch Play Post, 9 Lives Woolly Cat Bed, 9 Lives Food Bowl, Morris Play Spinners, and much, much more. You'll also get an autographed copy of Pet Edutainer Arden Moore's new book, Happy Cat, Happy You. Now, what cat wouldn't want that? Everybody gets a chance to vote, and the top 5 coolest cats win an awesome cool cat care kit from Pet Life Radio and 9 Lives. To enter, just go to the PetLifeRadio.com website or CoolCatContest.com.
New York, the glitz, the glamour, the exciting Mutt-tropolis, the sparkling kitty city that never sleeps. Join us each week for Pets in the City with your host, Diane West. Celebrity pet sightings, hot events, and news and reviews with the hottest movers, shakers, and tail waggers in New York. So take a bite out of the Big Apple with Pets in the City every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Petra, Kate, and I today are going to talk about grooming and body care. Because basically, your dog can't take care of himself.
Yeah, that'd be... Boy, if I could teach Walter to pick up a brush and brush himself.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
I know. The other day I'm sitting there in my house looking, and I'm like, okay, I've got 4 dogs, all with long coats, and now 2 kittens that are big long coats. I'm nuts.
You are.
I gotta teach them all to brush themselves.
No. You just have to make more time to sit down, turn the TV on, sit down on the living room floor with all your grooming tools, and just... You should be so relaxed by the time you're done.
Sure. That's for sure.
Oh, she was saying she was nuts because she had all those long... I just thought she was nuts, period. Rather she had long hair.
Sorry.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, that too.
Thank you.
So, Kate.
It's true. Okay, I at one time inherited 4 toy poodles.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Talk about grooming.
Talk about nuts.
Well, finally, I said inherited them. I didn't... Okay. And then the last one was gone, and they were delightful dogs. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I had the Rottweiler, and I'm like, cool, short hair, occasional shedding, not a big deal. Then I got a cockapoo.
And who found it?
Yeah, Petra, thanks, lady.
I was really trying to avoid that. That would go on. But he's cute. You love him.
He is cute, and he's really
a challenge.
Taught me a lot about being a trainer.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, definitely. And you needed to have him because Walter would have ended up at the pound 5 times over if pet owners had taken him.
Who else could actually live in an I Love Lucy episode every day?
Right.
That's true.
Out of all the dogs that I have owned in my life, he is the first dog to ever get skunked.
And we talked about that in the last podcast.
Yep.
And we knocked on wood. None of us got skunked. And all of a sudden, a week later...
And Walter took it as a personal challenge to find a skunk in San Diego, Southern California.
No, not just San Diego, Southern California. In your own
in my own backyard. At midnight.
Okay, so grooming and body care. What did you do?
The night before, he was to do a dog show presentation at the kids' library. Yes. What did I do? Okay, well...
Because we hear all kinds of stuff. What worked the best?
The first thing, when I realized what had happened, and my backyard has a lower level to it, which is where it happened. So as the scent preceded Walter up the steps, the first thing I did was close the door to the house. So he couldn't share what had just happened with him with all of my upholstery.
There's your first step. Lock the dog outside.
Exactly.
With the skunk.
I know. This whole thing was really funny, though.
Well, I took my cue from my Rottweiler, who says, I don't want anything to do with this. And she ran inside, and I said, good girl. So I went in and grabbed a bowl and baking soda and made a little paste out of the baking soda. So as he delightfully presented himself to me on my wooden deck, I said, hi, and I covered him with a baking soda paste.
So
I bet that was interesting.
Visualize this, folks. This is a black
dog.
cockapoo.
Yep.
With a medium-length coat.
Got sprayed in the face.
Got sprayed in the face, covered with a baking soda paste. Oh, and I
kind of looked
where was the camera?
Yeah.
Like frosting was on him.
Frosting.
Okay, so what was the next step?
I let that set on him while I went inside, and I found the bottle of vinegar.
Okay.
Bottle of hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
And the bottle of dishwashing soap.
Okay.
Took those all out.
Did you mix them all together, or one
I
at
did.
a time?
You
You
did.
mixed them all together.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Did I mention it was midnight? I was just going for the big kill here.
Oh, yeah, but not to kill Walter.
Yeah, well, at that point, I could have gone either way.
Oh,
and I grabbed
Walter.
an old cloth.
Okay.
So mixed them together, and yes, it did fizz a little bit.
I would guess so. Yeah, I'm thinking the chemical reactions.
It fizzed a little bit, but then I dipped the cloth and just kept applying it to his face, top of his head, any place I thought he had been skunked. And I was liberally spreading it around on my deck, because while I was inside gathering all the ingredients...
He was rolling.
He had been wiping his face on the deck.
On the wooden deck, which
Yes.
I'm sure has been painted and sealed, but can still absorb odors.
And has an outdoor rug.
Which I'm sure is gone now.
No, actually. It's
Oh, okay.
synthetic rug. And so as I was applying it to him, I was spreading the largesse all over the deck as well.
I have to say, Walter right now knows we're talking about him. He's laying on the floor, yawning at us, giving us calming signals.
Really, chill out, Mom. It wasn't so bad.
And then, remember, this is happening at midnight. Okay. Then I
We're
would turn
probably
on
at
the hose.
12:30 now, right?
Probably
Okay.
at 12:30 by now.
Yeah.
I'd let it sit on him for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'd hose him off, hose off the deck, go back, do the sniff test, put some more on him, let it sit. So we probably did, it's probably close to an hour, probably 3 or 4 applications.
Now, I have to say, when you came in the next day, and he, of course, was dry,
Yeah.
there was a tiny bit of odor at his face if I really got close. But the rest of him was pretty good.
I didn't notice until you said it.
I was
Yeah.
able to go to the library and tell 1 or 2 people, now, tell me if I have to leave, okay? Because, if this is a small room and if the smell becomes over, nobody noticed.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah. So, that was Kate's recipe.
Good
So,
job.
Let's move on to normal daily care.
Normal daily care with Walter is a lot of brushing. If I brush him daily, it's like brushing your own long hair, then it doesn't have a chance to get knotted. And it's much easier on him and me if I do it on a daily basis. For your own dog, by the way, make sure you're using the right brush.
Definitely.
I caught my roommate the other day brushing Walter, which was very nice, but she was using a slicker.
Now, see, I don't use the slicker on the Aussies either, because I find the slicker just goes over the top coat and it doesn't go through. And
I don't use it on any of my dogs.
Yeah, it doesn't get the undercoat. And with the Aussies, you got to get that undercoat.
Yep.
And it was
Yep.
just enough to get under his coat, but it was also too much. It
So
was
it's
annoying
scratching.
him. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. By the way, if you use a slicker and it's the appropriate brush for your dog and your dog is reacting and it feels sharp, take it outside and rub it on the concrete sidewalk a few times.
Ooh, what a
Take
good
off
idea.
take off
Oh,
those
so-
edges.
yeah.
Take off those sharp edges. Just
Makes
like when you
sense.
cut your dog's toenails and he goes walk on the sidewalk, smooths it down. Same thing.
Oh, that's so good. Because I'm always, surreptitiously opening the packages in stores, whether it's a pinhead or a slicker or whatever, and pushing
And to see
the
how
comb,
sharp they are.
the tines
sure.
of the comb.
Take
If
them out
they're
on the
sharp.
Well, look at that. Our own podcast, and we learned something. Yeah, that's good.
She's so smart. That's why
Yeah.
we hang around here.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Well, I can't take credit for that. Somebody else told me to do it. I wish I'd originated it, but I didn't. I just remembered it.
Good idea.
That is good to know.
But with dogs with coat, I like the rakes.
Yes.
The straight
Love the
straight
rakes.
tines, very stiff. Take that, rounded tips, run that through all that undercoat. Take out handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of undercoat.
We probably work out about, on a per dog basis, because I do him just a few minutes a day. But I watch you guys with your Aussies and your Shepherds, and you do hours, and okay, it's only a couple times a year, but it's hours at a time, and you get bags off of them.
Or you like Liz and I do. We just shave. Each of us have a dog that has a lot of coat. We just shave
Yeah.
them.
Well, in fact, Riker got his third haircut of the summer this last weekend. Just buzz him down, because he does. He's got that horribly, horribly thick undercoat, and in the summer he just suffers. Luckily, knock on wood, Bashir and Archer don't have that same coat. It only takes me about 15 minutes once a week to really do that kind of brushing. So the Aussies aren't too bad.
Except for when they're blown coat.
When they're blown
blown
coat
coat.
in spring and fall, then an hour, and we'll fill up a trash bag.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, when
But I also got a really cool tool, like a dematter.
Yes.
I picked one up and it has like little hooks, and this thing is so nice. If there is a place where it's gotten little matted or whatever reason, it's so nice. You just go right through it.
And that's what I use on Riker
love
in the
it.
winter when he's got his full coat on his hips and his pantaloons.
Yeah,
Use that dematter
yeah.
through there. Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, because Walter's coat is he's half and half Cocker and Poodle, so it is continuously growing. So I do run a clipper over him, probably every 2 weeks, with a guard on it, different lengths. I have.
You've gotten much better at it.
I know some wonderful groomers, and they're wonderful people, and by all means, if you can take your dog to a groomer, I just don't have time in my schedule, basically. And so I've ended up doing him myself, and yes, it's been self-taught, and he's shown the results sometimes.
You're getting much better at it, though. I will add that.
It was when you and I started doing it with our dogs.
Poor Riker.
Oops, that's a little short there. Oops, that's a little short there.
Poor Riker and Shasta. They went through... I remember one time I was working on Riker and the clipper guard came off and all of a sudden it was surgically short right down the middle of his back.
Oh.
I didn't...
We are really good now.
Oh, much
We're
better.
good.
Much better. Much better. Yeah, I'm even getting better at the feet, which are my weak point.
Even one of our friends who grooms her poodles to awesome to excellent.
Yeah.
She even said when I did Kona this past time, she goes, "Where'd you bring him to get clipped?" I did it. So I fooled her.
Yep. Well, Riker was here today. You saw him. He had his new haircut.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was running around feeling good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had asked her, too, about hints with Walter, and she just kind of shook her head and said, good luck. An experiment. Which is what I've ended up doing that way. So, how much... Figuring out the kind of coat your dog has and getting the appropriate tools.
Definitely. Whether it be combs, brushes, and for the right tools, don't hesitate also to talk to a groomer.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, you can book the groomers, book 10 or 15 minutes with her and offer to pay her for it because that's her job. And say, I just want to take care of his coat the best I can. What tools do you suggest? Mm-hmm. And most groomers would be more than happy to talk to you.
And even maintaining the coat in between clippings. I mean, if you use the wrong thing, you can damage your dog's coat, particularly those with like the terrier breeds that need to be stripped.
Oh, sure.
If you damage it, the groomer's not going to be able to fix that for a long time.
And when we're talking about damaging coat, let's talk about mats.
Hey.
Kate and I used to work for veterinary hospitals. One thing you do not do is indiscriminately cut out mats, whether it be your dog or your cat.
I shudder now when
skin.
if I see people going towards their dog with regular kitchen scissors. I just cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Saw too many injuries.
What happens is if you go to pull on a mat, and a mat, by the way, is a huge tangle of hair. Well, it doesn't have to be huge, but
you
it usually works up.
And you usually see some of the worst mad dogs if you're watching Animal Planet and those, pet the
neglect.
Police. Yeah. And oh my gosh, you see them take off chunks or like a half a dog in one huge mat.
Yeah,
incredible.
When the hair tangles, it works against each other. The hairs work against each other, and every time the dog moves, it tangles more. As it tangles, it pulls on the skin underneath it. So the skin might not be flat. It can have tension on it, which, of course, is very uncomfortable for the dog. But worse yet, if you go to cut that tangle out, you can actually cut a chunk of skin out. Groomers will work on the tangle with cornstarch or hair conditioner to get as much of the tangle out as they can. But if they can't and they must trim it, what they're going to do is put a comb between the skin and the mat to separate it, to make sure that the skin hasn't pulled up. And then they will very gently on the mat side of the comb, snip, snip, snip. It is never chunk cut. Right. It's snip, snip, snip very carefully, because otherwise you can slice a dog terribly. And grooming scissors are very, very sharp.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
Clipper blades.
Oh, sure. They
can get underneath it too. But prevent your dog from getting to that state, obviously.
And the best way to prevent mats from forming are combing and brushing on a regular basis. All right, let's take a break real quick for our sponsors. We'll come right back and we'll talk a little bit more about body care. We kind of got detoured by skunks. But hey, there's skunks all over this country. We can talk about some other things in regards to body care. So hold on, we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. It's a dog-eat-dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Greetings, human. What planet am I on?
Welcome to Pet Planet. Here's a copy of Pet Planet Magazine, Florida's most informative and fun pet resource magazine. It features heartwarming stories and informative articles from local and national pet experts.
Excellent.
Pet Planet Magazine offers Operation Planet Rescue, helping rescued pets find new homes. And it's available at 500 locations in South and Central Florida and 24/7 on the internet at petplanetmagazine.com. If you're out and about with your pet, you may be featured in paparazzi, candid pictures of you and your pet. For up-to-date pet-friendly events, activities, and pet-related services and products, Pet Planet Magazine is your final destination.
I shall take this magazine home with me.
Back to your home planet?
No, to my condo in Boca.
Pet Planet Magazine. Check them out at www.petplanetmagazine.com or 352-394-8578. It's out of this world.
Fluff your feathers, roll out your tongue, shine your fins, snap on your leashes, and grab your human. It's the Louisville Pet Lovers Expo. 2 full days of pet-tastic fun that no pet lover should miss. Join us for shopping, the Barks and Couture Fashion Show, Dream Pet Wedding, Ultimate Pet Makeover, Pet Communicator, Rescue Me Pet Adoption, Service Dog Demonstration, and tons of fun contests. Bring your pets and join us at the Louisville Pet Lovers Expo, Saturday, September 27th and Sunday, September 28th at the Kentucky Expo Center. For more information, go to LouisvillePetExpo.com.
Pet Life Radio presents Paranormal Pets, where you can always expect the unexpected. Each week we'll discuss all aspects of weird or spiritual animal encounters, ghosts, totems, psychic animals, animal souls, animal angels, and animals in religion, with a little cryptozoology thrown in. Step into the supernatural world of pets with your Paranormal Pets ghostly host, Dusty Rainbolt, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Today, Petra, Kate, and I are talking about grooming and body care.
Well, one of the other things besides clipping, as we were talking about, and brushing and all that, I think it's important is the massaging, the daily massage. No, it works on me.
Yeah, I watched at our special event, Sherry, who's a certified masseuse and a friend of ours, was working on Petra. I thought she was going to fall asleep in the chair.
I know, I think I almost started drooling.
Melted into a puddle.
Of course it works on our dogs, and I know my dogs love it. They'll lay down, and it's something I do actually with the TV on. I'll just have one come hug on the couch with me, even while on the couch. Just kind of just rub their shoulders and their legs, and before you know it, your blood pressure's relaxed, the dog's drooling, snoring, falling asleep. But I think it's, besides good for them, just to the massage
Relax.
portion, it's good bonding one-on-one time with your dog as well.
It's also good body care in the fact that when you touch the dog all over, you're checking him out. You're checking to see whether his teeth look good, whether his ears are clean. With Riker, he's 9 years old. He's getting those old dog lumps and bumps.
Yep.
You can check for those, see if there's any new lumps and bumps or anything's changed. With your boy Teddy, whether he's got foxtails in his feet.
Gosh, exactly.
Poor Kona had just had an abscess. Mm-hmm. When you give your dog a massage, I like to call it your fingers learn to feel what your dog feels like.
Especially for heavy-coated dogs, like ours are.
Sure, you can't see
it. No, and you can only feel it, so you want to make sure you catch something before it gets out of control.
The only thing that I like to add about the massage is don't make it such a deep muscle massage that your dog is uncomfortable.
Right.
Learn to watch your dog's reactions. Massage them, but don't cause pain.
Yeah.
Here in Southern California, I often hear people talking about the emotional release they got from their Raikou session. And that's not really necessary for your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to bring back early childhood memories. and help them rebirth and process it all over again. Just make them feel
what's
good.
the other one? The hot stone. If the stones are hot enough to burn the coat, it's too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah. Go there.
But yeah, checking. Just a side note with my wonderful life with Walter. Yes, just the other day, he started violently sneezing. I grabbed his head and grabbed a foxtail just as it was about to disappear up his nose.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, yeah.
4 dogs in that same area, but which one tried to get a foxtail in his
Yes.
brain? That would be Walter.
Yes.
Yeah. Caught it early though, and
Well, you know, my shepherd just catches him in his feet.
yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. So besides the massage, the brushing, then it's checking their ears and their eyes, and they're between the pads of their feet and toenails, like we mentioned before.
All their pieces, parts.
Yep. You gotta check everything.
Well, let's talk about ears, since Teddy's the one that always gets his ears cleaned.
It's like bad ears. Let's capture all the dirt that's flying around in this world.
They are. They're just like big radar scoops.
I know.
Now, I like to use cotton pad like other people use for makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I buy them for cleaning my dog's ears.
Yep.
And I like to use tea tree oil. I know other people use other things. There's commercial preparations for cleaning the ears, but I like tea tree oil. And I just get the pad wet and just wipe out the ears.
Yeah.
I try to avoid alcohol. I just think that's far too harsh.
Well, and if they have, if your dog accidentally did scratch and you may not see it,
But a
it has scratch, that's gonna burn.
Oh, yeah.
And now your dog's learned that. Oh my God, you touched my ear and it hurts. That's not the idea. So yeah, I get like a good ear wash, and I get good old Teddy clean out good and dig in there with a brush. No, I'm just kidding.
You should use a garden trowel.
I know.
Well, with Teddy, you could run the hose in one ear and out the other.
Oh, that's true.
No. Well, by the way, everyone, we love Teddy. He's a sweet German Shepherd. He's a sweet soul.
He's a very good uncle to puppies.
Yeah,
yes.
He's
He's just not the brightest.
No.
But that's not his fault.
And that's why we love him.
Yeah. All right, teeth. Now, I like to prevent my dogs from having to go into the veterinarians for teeth cleaning as much as possible. So I like the home care. I mean, hey, I hate the dentist. I don't want them to have to go to the dentist. I use a child's toothbrush, the battery-powered ones, with baking soda. I've also used the water pick.
That blew me away the first time I heard that. I just really had to picture that in my brain for a while and work it around.
Well, the only problem with the water pick is keeping Riker's tongue out of the way. Yeah, because of course his tongue has his tongue has to be in the middle of everything, and it's kind of hard to hold it down. But the water pick is great for our teeth, for tartar and for stains. I mean, Paul and I both use it, so we just have a separate head that's labeled for the dogs.
Actually, it did help me to understand that you take it outside.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, I'm sorry. The first time I imagined it,
in the bathroom, yeah.
Water everywhere. Yeah.
No, you take the water pick outside.
Okay, all right.
You're in grubby clothes because you're going to get soaking wet. You have a pitcher of water because you're going to have to keep refilling the bowl, and just go to town on the teeth. Archer's still getting used to it, the puppy.
Okay.
Bashir and Riker are both pretty good about it. Bashir obviously is my serious boy, and he's much better. Riker, I have to keep his tongue out of the way. But it helps keep their teeth clean. That along with bull pizzles to chew on.
Let me back up a second. When you use the toothbrush, do you use a paste?
Baking soda paste, yes.
Use baking soda paste?
Yes, I use the baking soda. I've tried many of the commercial teeth cleaning preparations, but I found the dogs kept trying to eat them.
The beef flavored.
The beef flavor, yeah. Okay. Beef flavored toothpaste with a dog who likes to eat anything. What's the problem here? Getting his tongue out, Riker, of course, we're talking about. Getting his tongue out of the way was impossible. So I just used baking soda.
Okay. I've heard not to use human toothpaste.
Right. I believe there's some chemical additives in them. I don't know specifically what they are, but I believe there's some chemical additives that are not good for dogs. So even though I don't know specifically, I would say yes, let's
Probably
avoid
not a good
those.
idea.
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell is a human beauty supply and all that line. They've recently come out with the dog supply, and I've been trying them, and I'm quite impressed, both with the shampoo and the conditioner, and they have pre-packaged, pre-moistened teeth wipes,
Oh, okay.
like a little pop-up.
Are they abrasive enough to really do a whole lot?
Of
they
course,
like
I had
gauze?
to try it on myself first.
Oh, okay.
So how did it work for you?
I like it. And then there's like, oh yeah, just that feeling when you've just had your teeth cleaned at the dentist. That's
Okay.
the feeling I got.
Okay.
But it's not such an overwhelming flavor that the dogs are like, yeah, I want to eat this piece of towelette.
Yeah, okay.
And they did not mind at all. I just wrapped it around my finger.
Like you do the gauze?
Like I do the gauze.
Uh-huh.
And wiped. Don't forget to do up on the gum line, too. Just like with people. It's not just the teeth, it's the gums.
Right.
So it's pre-packaged, easy to take with, and I liked it.
Now, I've used a couple different things with bathing the dogs, but I think my favorite is the mane and tail. You know, I use that for bathing them, and with the Aussie's coats, that works great.
I still like that. I still like, I've become a fan of the Paul Mitchell, and I'm still a fan of Equus products. I like them.
Well, that
very
Equus
much.
spray that you got for itching looked very nice. I went looking for it, and they were all out.
Because she bought the last bottle.
Yeah.
Yep. Told them to order more, because I'm going to need some, too.
Yeah.
One of Walter's other issues is having itchy skin, chewing on himself, and this has made a big difference without any side effects, such as I have even had him on prednisone for a while, which, worries me with the side effects.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't want him in discomfort either.
Yeah. Well, Riker has a lot of allergies. I can control most of them by keeping him on the Honest Kitchen foods.
Right.
But every once in a while, he still gets itchy. And so I wanted to try that product, which you took the last bottle of. But when they get it back in, I'll give it a try.
But I've been impressed. And I like the smell, too. So
Sure.
that seems to... And it actually seems to calm him as well as...
Well, if he's
stop
not
scratching.
always itchy, you know how if you're have dry
Drive you
skin
nuts.
or scratching
Yeah.
can drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Probably the biggest one, fighting fleas.
And ticks.
Oh, gosh. And like we always say, you got to treat your dog, you got to treat your house, you got to treat your yard.
Luckily today, with all the flea preventatives and tick preventatives, it's a lot easier than it was even 10 years ago.
So if one isn't working for you, try
Try
another
something
one.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, rotate them around.
And don't just look at the over-the-counter products. Talk to your veterinarian, too, because some of the prescription products, I think, can be, even though they're a little more expensive, maybe more effective, definitely safer. So I worry sometimes about some of the over-the-counter products, especially when they have, 5 paragraphs of warnings. It's like, okay, wait a minute. If I can't touch this with my skin and I can't inhale it and I can't do this and that, it could potentially be dangerous. So make sure you talk to your veterinarian also. Now, there's some other things we ought to keep in mind with grooming too, and that's special situations. What do you do when your dog gets gum stuck in his coat?
Sell him, throw him away.
I don't know, long-coated dog, cut it out.
Don't give him any ideas, by the way. I'm so glad he's out of the room at the moment, because that'll be the next thing he'll do.
I know. Last time it was skunk. Oh, none of us had that experience. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So let us know next week what happens with gum.
Don't listen to this. But anyway, if your dog, and of course my dog will not do this, vegetable oil is a good way to work it through the fur and to coat the gum so that it doesn't have the stickiness, if you will, and you can work it out of the coat with a little soap and water after the oil has coated the gum.
Now, paint's a tough one. Obviously, if it's water soluble, you can just use soap and water. But if it's not water soluble, whatever you do, don't use paint solvents.
You know what I used?
What?
One time, my dog, of course, they try to help you, and then the tail goes if they've got a tail.
Yeah.
Was Skin So Soft. from Avon.
Boy, you use that for lots of stuff.
It's great. It's wonderful. It worked. It took the pain out fine.
Okay.
Now, we've talked also about burrs, foxtails, and other grass seeds. Foxtails are the long pointed ones. Those are the ones that Petrus Teddy gets in his feet.
Yeah.
The problem with them is that point goes into the skin, and then they just keep going, and they'll go through the dog's body. Burrs are different shaped little round things with prickly hooks on them that catch in the coat. And then there's lots of other grass seeds of various sizes and shapes, and weed seeds, some of the spiral ones. They're all made specifically to catch in an animal's coat, because that's how they get spread around the world. So they get caught in an animal's coat, whether it be a dog or a cat or a wolf or a fox or whatever, and then they start getting annoying. The coyote will stop, chew it out, the grass seed falls, and then it sprouts, so it gets spread around the world. But they're also annoying, and they can hurt our dogs. That is their grooming. Comb, brush, check your dog, do the daily massage, get them out.
Daily.
Yep.
Daily.
And then, of course, quills and spines.
Cactus.
Porcupines.
Don't listen to them.
Again, you know what? Is bring your dog to the vet for
those.
those.
With those, definitely.
Yeah. Because they all have little hooks at the end. And
barbs.
You don't want to start yanking them
I
out.
know when I was working as a vet tech, we saw a few dogs come in with porcupine quills or cactus spines, and it's awful. First thing you want to do is anesthetize the dog so he's not suffering anymore. Because I've seen them with faces full of them. And then remove them while the dog is not feeling it.
That's the way I'd want it done myself.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, I think that's our time for today. Obviously, we just barely touched on the subject of grooming. Keep in mind, you can contact us through the website at It's a Pet Life Radio. I'm trying to combine It's a Doggy Dog World with Pet Life Radio to make one. But you can contact us, drop us an email. We've heard from quite a few listeners, and we thank you for listening and thank you for contacting us. But if you've got a question or a comment, or you'd like to have us talk about a specific subject,
let us know.
Let us know. Drop us an email. And who knows, you may be on one of our upcoming shows.
And if you just want to give us a pat on the back, we'll take that too.
You know, good dog trainers always use positive reinforcement. Yeah, exactly. Good job.
Exactly.
All right, that's it from us. We'll see you on our next show. Bye-bye.
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 Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.